TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Like one match that you want to be remembered for and be added to this videotape, what match would you want people to view?
Maybe not so much well, a match, anything with me and Sabu, one of the good ones, like maybe the Stairway to Hell or something like that. But it's not so much broken down into matches. It's more like the angles. I love the angles. You know what I mean? The whole Tyler angle,
right.
Me and Cactus, and me and Terry Funk with Funk Out of the Box. Good shit.
Good.
Has Tyler ever been affected by angles in ECW?
Oh no. The kid barely even remember. I mean, it's such a non-issue with him. It's so much more of an issue with me than it is with him. I'm like, Ty, 5 years old, you're the youngest kid, we're on TV, and shit like that. He's like, yeah, all right, let me go out and play ball with my buddies, or let me play PlayStation. And you know, he doesn't really care.
So there's no psychological damage?
Nah, he knew it was a work.
Is there anybody that you haven't worked with that you want to?
No, not really.
What do you think about the internet's influence in wrestling right now?
What's that?
The internet's influence in wrestling right now?
I don't know, because the one thing I don't know what's said on the internet, except shit that I hear, and all I know is 98, 99% of it don't believe the hype.
What guys never liked you for the wrong reasons?
Well, you get guys like Cactus Jack and stuff like that didn't respect me because I was going to the ring drunk and stuff like that, but I'll tell you what, I never once I didn't know who I was for 2 days. You know what I mean? Like, I had a problem with Cactus. He went to Todd and said, I ain't working with the Sandman anymore if he's drinking. So, of course, I stayed out of the locker room the next show. Me and him were the main event, got into the ring, drank a beer, and said, all right, Jack, I'm drinking. You going to stay in the locker room? Oh, he was pissed about that one, too. And, but I think the only reason anybody didn't, because they didn't think that I respected the business because I would get fucked up before I went to the ring. But I've never. I mean, I've caned people real hard sometimes and stuff like that. But that wasn't because I was drunk. That was because I needed to get my character over. You know, and Tommy Dreamer, perfect example. When we did that angle with the 10 lashes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I never hurt anybody out there in the ring. I was always willing to do anything. So if you had a problem with me, then so be it.
A lot of wrestlers said that they hate wrestling people who are like drunk and stuff like that. You talked about Cactus and all. What exactly happened with Cactus?
Well, Cactus Jack went into Todd Gordon's office and said that I was hitting him too hard during matches. And I'm like, what? Cactus Jack literally could be the toughest son of a bitch ever in this business. Because I was reading Sports Illustrated yesterday. I think it was one of the linemen. It might have been the guy, one of the Minnesota Vikings linemen. They wanted to nickname him Per Diem. His last name's Diem. It might have been him, one of the other guys, but he said, tough doesn't make how much you can beat somebody up. Tough is how much you can absorb a beating. Cactus Jack, to me, was the toughest son of a bitch there ever was. And it kind of like blew my mind that Cactus was going into the boss's jewelry store and saying that the Sandman was hitting him too hard. So I'm not really sure exactly what his psychology was there, but that started the heat between me and Cactus. And to a point, I guess he's right. You know what I mean? Because the respect in the business and and maybe I was disrespecting the business. I'm not too sure because in my mind, as long as I was going out there doing my job, I wasn't hurting anybody. I was getting over. You know what I mean? Just let me be me. But some people don't see it like that, and Cactus saw it like that. And I had actually apologized to him before he left ECW, so I had thought that we were on okay terms when he had left for WWF.
Who are your best friends in ECW besides Todd?
Raven and Fonzie.
We did a shoot with Too Cold Scorpio.
Too cold.
It was about a couple weeks ago, and he said that the drug scene in the locker room was like totally out of hand and stuff like that. What are your feelings on that?
My feelings were, I don't care if I came in that locker room with a straw on my nose. I was there to perform, and I was there for the betterment, for what I needed to do to make the company as good as it possibly was.
How much drugs were really in the locker room? I mean, he made it sound like...
No, believe it or not, it was in the ECW locker room, it was the guys that did the drugs and the guys that didn't. And there was a shitload of guys that didn't. I would say there was maybe like 10 of us that were hardcore druggies, you know what I mean? The guys that would be snorting coke. Not everybody drinking, but they would smoke pot and snort coke and take a lot of pills and stuff like that.
Your thoughts on Billy Real?
Great kid. He probably doesn't really get it as much as he should yet, as long as he's been around, but he's young. He's more worried about the girls in the audience than his match.
A lot of people say he lies a lot. What is your opinion of Billy?
I've hung out with Billy, and I've never really caught him in a lie, but then again, I don't pay that much attention, you know what I mean? I don't put myself out there to give a person a chance to lie to me, you know what I mean? Because we'll keep it at a surface level relationship, but I've never really given him a reason to have to lie to me.
Match Network, your source for everything pro wrestling, with exclusive live pay-per-views featuring top talent from around the world.
Oh, I like that one.
Details direct from the source with deep diving shoot interviews and podcasts.
I love it. I love being a part of Title Match Network.
Get extreme with exclusive death matches.
I'm through the door!
And of course, the best selection in women's wrestling available.
Oh! What's gonna happen?
With thousands of clips featured on Title Match Network's YouTube channel with over 2.3 million subscribers.
Oh!
All at the tips of your fingers. Every style available 24/7 on demand. Visit TitleMatchNetwork.com to sign up today and start watching instantly.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.
TitleMatchNetwork.com